level. None of who you going get. Ain't nobody cold as this. Do the rap and a track. Triple double, no assist. And my only focus is staying on some bogus shit. Arguing with my older, acting like I owe it. I heard the beat, the same raps that gave the track pain. Bought the chain that always give me back pain. Love my money, so yeah, I had to act sane. Shot, but these love my accent. Shit came up to me and said, this the number 2 dial. If you wanna make it number 1, you're number 2 now. Mix that goose in Malibu, I call it Malibu, yeah. Damn easy, I would hit them with a new style. Know that. Well, what you gon' do now? Whatever I wanna do, gosh, it's cool now. Now I'm gonna do, it's new now. Really need to cool out. Cause you'll never get on top of this. So mommy, best advice is just to get on top of this. Have you ever had sex with a pharaoh? I put the in a sarcophagus. Now she claiming that I bruised her esophagus. Head of the class and she just wanna swallow shit. I'm living in the future, so the present is my past. My presence is a present, kiss my God. Just stop it. Everybody know I'm a monster. I'ma need to see your hands at the concert. I'ma need to see your hands at the concert. Profit. I get it. Everybody know I'm a monster. I'ma need to see your hands at the concert. I'ma need to see your hands.
Hello, party people. It is Around the Bases coming at you live here a little later than normal, but Grand Prix Talk was having a field day, so not sorry. It is your favorite baseball show here at Cal State Long Beach. We're talking all things Major League. I don't think I have anything collegiate this week, which sucks, but whatever. T-minus 8 days till Dodgers versus Cubs. Basically opening day for baseball. We're getting back, only a week away. Yeah, I'm joined by my 3 co-hosts, Alex Prado, Ivan Rodriguez, Bruce Kuntz, and we have a special guest of D-Rob, or Derek Robertson. I don't think you can see him on the camera.
Nope.
Let's see.
If you scoot,
can you scoot that way?
Imagine.
Look at this one right here.
6'3", 180 pounds.
There we go. See, you just gotta peek his head around the monitor.
Hello.
So yeah,
And this mic does work?
You're like describing.
it should. If not,
Yeah.
just actually.
Well, we can.
Here, radio silence. D-Rob talk.
Yo, hello.
I
see-
see,
Yeah.
I see the level.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
We're
going.
good.
It's going.
He's
So
in.
it's fine.
Money.
So we're
Har
chilling.
radio silence, Bruce. Har radio har.
Funny
All
guy.
right, bro.
Funny guy.
All right, Bert. No, I'm just kidding. So, I don't know what you guys talked about Friday. So, we're gonna do this in case there's any repeats. You guys can just tell me move on. Old news. I know this is new. Garrett Cole having Tommy John surgery. The Yankees are dead. But I found out from John Heyman, and he misspelled the Yankees to Yasankees.
Oh, nice.
Oh my.
And so someone
New
in
York Yankees.
Someone in the comments put, yes, the Yasankees who got Arson Judge. And I started laughing. So, in parentheses, next to Garrett Cole's having Tommy John surgery, Yasankees announces, by John, what the hell.
Yep.
So, John Heyman will forever be plagued by spelling errors.
Yeah, Garrett Cole going down is obviously a very big blow to the Yankees, and this is the kind of injury and loss that you cannot replace. Like, there isn't any, okay, how can we scramble and make up for the loss? Like, the
They're
Yankees
done.
are a worse team, unequivocally. That is a fact that is going to stand the rest of the year. Will Warren is going to be in the rotation now. He was kind of battling for the 5th spot with Clark Schmidt, but now for sure Will Warren will be the number 5 starter, and good thing they signed Max Fried this offseason because without Garrett Cole, this team looks very suspect, but in the weak American League, they still might be okay, but I don't know if they're a World Series team anymore. I don't even know if they were before, but now especially, it's looking sketchy.
Yeah, it sucks to have a pitcher of this caliber go down. Of course, Tommy John is nothing to take lightly, of course. But like you said, Max, hopefully he comes in and does at least a bit of good pitching. But yeah, very, very unfortunate for the, what were they called? The
Yasankees?
The Yankees for the Yankees.
Yes, the Yasankees.
But yeah, New York gets another blow onto their already diminished roster from the 2024 World Series. Or 24 World Series. What am I saying? Wow.
Womp womp, don't care. Bye bye Yankees.
Oh.
Easier
Yeah,
easier
yeah,
win.
yeah.
I was-
No,
I
no, no.
I was like, okay, moving on. All right, moving on.
No,
Oh,
not
man.
Ivan, not Ivan.
Alright.
Yankees is a whole womp womp, don't care.
Womp
There we
womp.
go. Yep, I'm gonna say the same thing. Womp womp. You know what I mean? 2025. Obviously, we saw that bad outing from Garrett Cole for spring
Eh.
training. He has
I was like, if you're talking World Series, I was like, it wasn't a bad outing. But
no,
yeah,
spring
yeah,
training,
no,
spring
no,
training.
spring training was
he's got a
bad.
Cover first
10.5
base, so.
Yeah.
ERA. 10.5.
Oh yeah, that
ridiculous.
spring training inning was brutal for him.
Yeah, now we have this with the whole injury. I thought I had a little bit of hope when they were like, okay, you know, one doctor said that he is subject to Tommy John surgery, but we're gonna, you know, confirm it. I was just like, you know, the chances are very high that they're gonna repeat the same process and they're gonna validate it.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously a big blow. Yankees are not as good as they were, and I think it's up to the rest of the league to kind of step up, and we got to see who's the next Goliath per se.
Yeah. I was just gonna add that I think this puts in not a lot more stress, but he's gonna have to step up, which is Marcus Stroman, in my opinion. It's hard for him to. He's kind of washed now, but if the Yankees want a chance of being an elite team,
Mm-hmm.
then he's gonna have to.
He has no choice.
Yeah.
Having to rely on Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, because it's
so funny to me.
it's just like that. That's it. It's you got Max, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have him, and then that's basically
Max Friedman.
that's their That's
Especially
depth.
with where the Yankees are at now. I mean, I didn't think that Stroman was going to make it through this offseason on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I know they were trying to trade him. I remember seeing
Yeah.
that the Giants turned down a trade straight up of Marcus Stroman for one of the Rogers twins. And so that tells you the value that Marcus Stroman has on the market right now.
Nothing.
Wouldn't even trade him for a reliever, the Giants. So not on the playoff roster last year for the Yankees, and now they're going to need Marcus Stroman to be their third starter. It's not looking good in the Bronx by any stretch. And Garrett Cole, I mean, the thing that's tough about this, you have an entire offseason go by, and then you pitch in 2 spring games and now have the surgery. His season this year is for sure done, and would have been anyway, even if he had it like in November or December. But now 2026 is also unlikely he'll be ready for opening day. So
They're
this is
in
a serious
trouble.
blow.
Trouble.
It all started with Soto.
No, we did start with
The
soda.
Yankee effect.
No.
2025 Yankee effect.
It's hilarious. Let's jump over to the other side of New York. The Mets catcher Francisco Alvarez will need surgery to repair a fractured left hamate bone. I've never heard of that bone before.
Oh, it's a common one for these
Is
these
it?
hitters. It's
Okay.
it's right up in the hand area that if you get hit by a pitch there, the hamate is
Got
once
you.
it gets broken.
He will be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Mets manager Carlos Mendoza told reporters. So, yeah,
Just another tough loss.
the
I mean,
Mets.
Alvarez is a former #1 prospect in all of baseball, and his bat hasn't really translated immediately. But through 2 mostly full big league seasons, he's really established himself as a great defensive catcher, which is interesting because as a prospect, his whole profile was he's a slugger first, and we'll see if he can catch or not. And that's kind of flipped on its head. And now he's a really valuable player for the way that he manages this pitching staff. Even as a 22-year-old last year, he is a guy that the pitchers really like throwing to. And so I know this was a season they were hoping as a 23-year-old that he could not only continue that great effect on the defensive side of the ball, but also maybe take a leap with the bat. And get above that kind of league average level he's been sitting at. But now that's going to be tough to do. Not only out 6 to 8 weeks to start the season, but a hamate bone, that's a tough one to come back from and be the same hitter. Mookie Betts last year, after he got hit in the hand, came back and he was so great, but the power wasn't really there.
Right.
We've seen that happen before. I remember Corey Seager when he got hit in the hand, similar kind of thing happened. He didn't have the same pop when he came back. So that's not to say that is what will happen to Alvarez, but those little bones in the hand and making a in-season recovery is not a sure thing that you're going to be able to be the same hitter right off the bat.
Yeah. I think it could be it was going to be the start of a good season for him because now he finally got his experience, and I think he was. I still think he could definitely have a breakout year because it is only 6 to 8 weeks, and obviously it is a good period of time that he'll be out. But I still think I do believe in him because he showed towards the end of the season, in my opinion, that he could be a really valuable player to the Mets, and I think that it's only a matter of time till his bat gets hot and he becomes the catcher that we all expected.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't understand is that even when you come back from the injury, let's say worst case scenario, he goes the full 8 weeks, right? He comes back. Just because it's healed doesn't mean he's at the same amount
Caliber.
of strength.
Yeah.
And just like Bruce said, it takes time to get whatever you hurt, whether it's a torn this or broken that, whatever it is. It takes time for that to fully heal to get back, and then to get back at the, the professional level that you're playing at. So it'll be a long process, but I'm sure the Mets are glad that if it was gonna happen, that it happened before the season even
100%,
started,
yeah.
rather than the playoffs or somewhere deep where they really, really need him. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have a lot of time to get back. So I'm not too worried about this.
Ivan, do you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, hopefully he comes back the same. Of course, like we've been saying, it's just you don't come back the same. But hopefully, at least, if not just a little bit worse, not a crazy big
Right.
gap in his game. Hate to see it, but it's just the way the game works. Just the way the game goes.
Yeah.
It's injuries and no injuries, and you got to play through it.
It's rounding out the injury list. Michael Grove was in a sling. When I did this, he was. His season is now over after shoulder surgery. My gosh. Dodgers specify that it is a right labrum repair for Michael Grove. Dave Roberts said he tried pitching through it dating back to last season, but it didn't respond well to an off-season of rest. So, season ended for Michael Grove with shoulder surgery. Okay.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm not going to say that 3 times fast. Shoulder surgery, shoulder surgery, shoulder surgery. There we go.
Yeah, obviously this stinks for Michael Grove. I've seen some immediate response to this saying, like, well, why is he only having this surgery now? I get it, the idea of spend an off season and hope that rest will fix it. It's not a clear-cut thing, especially with a labrum. It's not the same kind of thing where you can just do an MRI and see is there a tear, is there not a tear. It's a little bit more of a tender situation, but yeah, he's gonna be done for the year. The thing that I thought about this as soon as it happened, I'm a little surprised that the Dodgers kept Michael Grove over Ryan Brazier when they had a decision to make a couple weeks ago when they signed Kirby Yates, more than a couple weeks ago now, more like a month or so ago, but. They had to cut one of those two guys off the 40-man roster, and it came down to Brazier or Grove. And with this happening in the background, and the Dodgers probably knew by then that Grove was maybe, if he hadn't had surgery yet, maybe they didn't know he was going to be out this year, but they knew this was something that was happening. And so I think that it's a show of faith in Grove. As a 28-year-old, he's going to miss this whole season, and this was the Dodgers saying that they want him not only for this year, but beyond. So it's the Dodgers saying that they still certainly value Michael Grove, at least on some level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing other than it's unfortunate that he was trying to get back into the groove of things, right? And it ended up in him injuring himself worse, and it's just an unfortunate situation.
I mean, at least he tried. You know what I mean? There's not much you can do. It's not really his fault per se. So
He's a guy that really needs to. I mean, I had hopes for this year if he got into finally just commit to the 1 inning reliever thing and stop trying to stretch him out and go multiple innings and just let that slider work. I think that there is a decent reliever somewhere in Michael Grove's future. But the labrum, I think nowadays you'd way rather have an elbow injury than a shoulder injury because they've gotten so good at Tommy John surgery and fixing the elbow, but the shoulder is still a risky thing, and guys have shoulder surgeries. Labrum is one of the more serious ones, and
it always comes back too every time.
So never know. But obviously, best wishes to Michael Grove, and hopefully he can come back and finally have some results that reflect the stuff that he has, because he has not had that yet in the big leagues, and unfortunately he's become sort of a punching bag for the Dodger fan base because of it. But there's a lot of talent in there that hopefully he can tap into in 2026.
Yeah, let's move on. Dave Roberts, guys. We're going to jump over to Dave Roberts, and the Dodgers have agreed on a new deal, 4 years total, so 3 years extra at a record rate, slightly over $8 million per year. The official announcement is expected within the day or two from like pen to paper. His new deal is to be about $32.4 million for 4 years. Roberts has won 2 World Series with the Dodgers and is the winningest manager by percent at .627 with a minimum of 1,000 games under his belt.
One thing I want to ask you, because you probably know more about this than me. It says that surpasses the $8 million AAV on Craig Counsell's 5-year,
Yes.
$40 million deal with the Cubs. So
Yeah.
just
It's a new
for people
record.
that are out of context.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Dave is the new highest paid manager ever. And he has absolutely earned it. To be quite frank with you guys, I thought that his contract was going to be even higher than this. I was thinking it was going to be in the 5+ year range, around $10 million a year. And I was surprised that it was even a little lower than that, because Dave Roberts deserves every penny
Yeah.
that he possibly asked for. And that's not to say that the Dodgers stiffed him or anything like that. That's just, this is how it went. And he, through 9 years, a .627 winning percentage as a manager, already 851 wins through 9 years is just ridiculous. 2 World Series. I think that the championship last year hopefully will finally be the win that makes Dodger fans stop hating Dave Roberts all over the place, because he still gets so much backlash every single season
Yes.
it happens, and it's unbelievable, because this guy's one of the best managers to ever do it, and I'm like, that's flat out the winning that he's done speaks for itself, and he's going to be the Dodger manager for a long time into the future, so I'm glad that he's gotten rewarded for it.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm surprised it wasn't more. I'm surprised it wasn't more years. He's only 52. He can hang with these guys.
Yeah.
He's not a crazy old 75 or, hang it up. No, 52. You still hang with these guys, right? When we talk about the greats of the game that are still around the game, my mind immediately goes to A-Rod, goes to Big Papi. These guys are obviously a much more comedic tone, but they're still talking about the game. They're still in the game. They're still
Right.
talking about the new school and, back in my day and this and that. Dave used to play. I'm sure he has all the back in my day conversations. I'm surprised it actually wasn't more as to how well he works with the Dodgers organization. Just like you, Bruce, 5+ years would have been, in my idea, fine. But he got 4, right? 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine by me. 56 by the end of it.
And they can extend him again.
And they can extend.
Yeah.
They're going to do it again.
Yeah, I think as far as the narrative around Dave Roberts, I know in the beginning when he came over, it was a little shaky, some decisions that he made. Who was it? Was it Rich Hill that he pulled out when he was having like a no-hitter or a perfect game or something like that?
In game 4 of the 2018 World Series.
There
he
we
pulled
go.
Rich Hill
That's a
while he was
crazy pull.
pitching well.
That's a crazy
This
pull.
guy's his brain is an
I barely
encyclopedia,
remembered
dude.
the moment.
That
You
was when
remember the
they
game?
went
It
to
was
Ryan
2018,
Madsen.
yeah, they
went
did.
to Ryan
Yeah.
Madsen out of the bullpen, and they gave up a moonshot to Mitch Moreland, and the Dodgers fell
I
behind
was so
3 games
mad.
to 1. But
Yeah, I do.
But you see
The-
decisions like that, people were like, but I think it was also because he was getting into it, and obviously he's an experienced player, but coaching and managing is an entirely different deal. Obviously, when you play, it's much easier.
and here's what I'll say.
Mhm.
I think pitching changes. That's the thing he gets criticized for the most. is
Yeah, definitely.
that is not even close to the most important thing about being a manager. Not
Mhm.
even remotely close. And not only it's really not a problem, like people think that it is for him, but also the reason he's so valuable is not because of on the field decisions. It's because of how he manages the team behind the scenes.
Right.
People overstate and forget how hard it is to have a team that wins this much every single season. The Dodgers have won
It's
at
a
least 90
standard.
games. Yeah, they've won at least 90 games every year since he became the manager. And in those 9 seasons, they've had, 5 of them with more than 100 wins. The 2020 season where it was only 60 games, they had a winning percentage over 700. So that was well on its way to being another 100-win season if they played a full year. That's unheard of to do that kind of winning every single season and never have a single down year where they miss the playoffs. Or it's unheard of. And there's only been 1 year in this entire stretch that they didn't win the division, and that was when they won 106 games in 2021. So Dave Roberts, the way that he manages the people, he's a great human being. He knows how to manage the superstars in the locker room, keeps everybody happy, and keeps everybody pulling on the same end of the rope. Where every guy that steps into the Dodger locker room, these are guys that are making ridiculous money, have always been the best player wherever they've gone, and as soon as they get into the Dodger locker room, the egos go out the window.
Absolutely.
And that's all thanks to Dave Roberts. So his impact really cannot be overstated, and I hope that the consensus public gets on board with that at some point.
I think real quick before you hop on, I think
No,
the pitching narrative, I think that's just because it's more like people just see it more because he steps out of the dugout and he's like, all right, you're out, bud.
Right.
You know
and
what I
then
mean?
when Kershaw comes out of the bullpen and gave up a couple homers to the Nationals in 2019, all of a sudden it's Dave Roberts' fault.
Exactly.
It's the easiest guy to pin the blame on.
Yeah,
and that's
Of
exactly.
what
course.
it is.
Yeah.
It's
He's the one on TV telling you come out and you're like, well, it's his fault. You know what I mean?
because players never, or fans never want to blame the players. They want to play,
Right.
oh, it was management's fault.
Yeah.
Kershaw
Mhm.
still got it. Like, of course Kershaw still got it, but
And he knows that too. He knows that he takes that responsibility on.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
what
it's
you
And
not
ask
that's
like
for.
that
what-
he doesn't.
and you have
Take
to
it.
understand,
Right. Yeah.
for those fans who are like, oh, we should have fired Dave Roberts games ago, players wouldn't want to come to LA if Roberts was such a bad coach
It's true.
or manager, I should say.
He's the best people manager there is
Oh, yeah.
currently, and as good as
Oh,
any.
I
ever.
mean, remember when he coached the All-Star game?
Mm.
Like, what was that, 2 years ago now?
He's
like
coached
two-
a few of them now.
Mhm.
4
Like, the
pennants in
most
his
recent
9
one.
years.
He had all the guys on the NL side and even the AL side coming up to him, chatting with him. Like,
Yeah, he's a nice dude. He's
they
just,
love
Everybody
him.
loves Doc.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's-
loves Doc. He's great.
the media, the players, everybody loves Doc.
And that good stint of time where the Dodgers were choking in the playoffs and they were being like, fire Dave Roberts. I used to tell people, why? Why? He makes bad calls. I'm like, why? Because he pulled the pitcher out
Yeah.
yeah.
and
You know
the
when
unfortunate
it's-
happened. Like, what do you...
You know when that chatter really started to dial up recently? This postseason, after the Dodgers fell behind 2-1 to the Padres.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, there was
There was
so
so
much
Twitter
talk.
had
If
a
the
field
Dodgers
day. If the Dodgers
Yeah.
choke, they
They-
need to
if
fire
they lose
Dave
in
Roberts.
the NLDS for the 3rd straight year, Dave Roberts has to go.
Mhm.
And I felt like as that was happening, I felt like I was the only person who was sitting there like, what are you talking about?
No,
It's
I
ridiculous.
was with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's good.
Talking
you
to a
got?
wall.
You
Basically.
guys basically covered it. I was just gonna mention that my father was definitely one of those people. He's a huge Dodger fan, and
Mhm.
he was
How does that work? How
yeah,
did you become...
because he grew up in Arcadia,
Okay.
and I grew up in Tustin, which is
Got
like
you.
10 minutes
Angel
away
Country.
from Angel Stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it all started in 2018 when the Red Sox had that stint where Mitch Moreland hit the homer, and then 2019 came when Kershaw came in later. He
Soto
always
and Rendon.
yeah. he always talked about what is he doing, what is Roberts doing out there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's ever since then he's always had this mindset like Roberts just doesn't know what to do when it comes to big situations, and it's just like, man, how could you pin all this blame on a manager for doing decisions that probably any other manager would do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
let's
it's Kershaw.
let's
like,
talk
you're obviously gonna want your
realization is
best
people
pitcher.
who are saying, "Oh, the Dodgers choke in the playoffs." Like, what? See, it was 2022. I want to say it's when the big three. We had the big three, or no, it was 23. The big three: Mookie, Freddie, and Ohtani were just not. Or it was Mookie and Freddie that weren't hitting for sure.
Yeah.
And
They had
everybody-
one hit combined.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Dave Roberts needs to go." I was like,
How?
"No, bro." I was
Yeah.
like,
He's
"Look
not
at it."
hitting.
I was like, Dave Roberts is not on the field going, all right,
Right.
batter up, let's go. Like,
when Lance Lynn was a playoff starter, and
Yeah,
Dave
that-
Roberts supposed to run on the field. And
you guys
throw
had
the
to
ball
understand
himself.
Roberts was working with what he got. And
Mhm.
what we had at the time was a Lance Lynn and a one combined hit between our $500 million top
Payroll.
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
payroll. Like, Dave Roberts' hate is always so forced and it's so
Yeah.
cringy nowadays. Is the nice way to put it. It's cringe if you're like Dave Roberts needs to be fired. Well, actually, you're wrong.
We love Dave Robertson around the bases.
Yep.
Oh yeah, clap it up.
Clap it up for Doc.
Another thing is like, if not him, then who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nobody's touching
Oh
him.
my God! I just
You
had
want
the
Don
same
Mattingly?
conversation with JD yesterday when we were
Oh my
driving back from
gosh.
UCI, and we were talking just general managers because he brought it up about soccer, and I was saying the same thing about Dave, and I said, for all these fans of good teams who, as soon as anything goes wrong, just say, get rid of the manager, get rid of the coach. It's like, who's gonna come in and do better? Like that should
Exactly.
have to be a required secondary thing. Anytime anybody says, I want to fire my coach, he should have to offer a list of who would do a better job.
Do a
Yeah.
better job?
Because there's nobody.
I have, what, 15, 16, 17 teams in the league that would take Dave Roberts in a heartbeat.
Oh,
What do you
Even
mean?
more
There's
than that,
29
more than that, yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
29 teams.
Oh, sure, but
Who would take Dave Roberts in a heartbeat? 29 teams.
It's just you're
if not Dave, then who?
yeah.
People are gonna go Yadier Molina because he's desperate to be a coach. He was like, I'll even coach the Cubs. I'm like, brother, no.
You don't see it. You don't see Doc arguing with players in the dugout like Mattingly used to do.
Oh my
with-
gosh,
who was it? Was it
Don
Kemp for the most
Mattingly
part?
is a
with
hilarious
him and Matt
manager.
Kemp always throwing
Matt
stuff at
Kemp,
each other.
dude.
Mattingly,
What a
Mattingly
legend.
deserved the I don't want to say he deserved hate, but he deserved the backlash Dave Roberts gets, and Mattingly never got it. The way that he ran
Yeah.
Kershaw
Everybody
into the ground, all of
praised
Kershaw's
Mattingly.
injury history is all I pin all
He
of it on Don
stretched
Mattingly.
No.
that man to
Yeah.
the max, dude.
Don Mattingly was such
It was
a terrible
irresponsible the
coach.
way that he used Kershaw in
Mhm.
those
It was
seasons. and
crazy because we went from Tommy Lasorda to Don Mattingly.
there's some in between there, but
Well, a little bit, but basically nobody remembers. I mean, do you remember off the top of the head who was in between Lasorda and Mattingly?
yeah, they're like
Well,
Joe Torre
the successful
and-
eras
yeah.
of Dodger baseball. I get what
Basically,
you're saying.
we
Yeah,
went
yeah.
from Lasorda
yeah.
to Torrey to someone, and then to Mattingly, and then Mattingly screwed everything up, and then we got Doc, and then
Mhm.
Doc.
Safe
Yeah.
now.
I'm safe. Let's talk. Yeah, okay. Dave Roberts praised Haesung Kim's at bats. Said that conversations are still ongoing if he'll go with the Dodgers to Tokyo. The team's still weighing whether he'll start the year in the minors, along with the benefits of him staying in AZ to continue work on swing changes. But James Outman has been told he will be part of the Dodgers travel roster in Japan. His status for the active roster is still TBD.
Goodness gracious, it's been tough for both these guys at the plate this spring, Outman and Haesung Kim. Outman is especially the one that it's just tough to watch
Sigh.
because he struck out 45% of the time this spring. 31 plate appearances. You can only put so much weight into it, but we're just at a tough place with James Outman right now. He's
Mhm.
still got an option year left, so it's not like he's going to leave the organization or anything, but it seems very unlikely that he's going to make the opening day roster, at least to me. I don't see why he would be out there.
Unless he can turn it around.
The thing that's been
magically.
tough, it's been Outman, Haesung Kim, and Andy Pajes have all had their chance to, if any one of them really excelled this spring, the final
Mhm.
roster spot would be theirs, and none of them have. Pajes has struggled a bit at the plate, but that isn't really as much of a concern for him because we know he would hit in the big leagues throughout a full season, but he hasn't looked all that great in center field, and
Yeah.
I think that is the X factor in this final roster spot is, do the Dodgers think Andy Pajes can play center field? What told me that as well, other than just feeling that way already, was today for the spring training starting lineup, they had Outman in left field and Pajes in center field. In any regular season lineup, those two would be flipped because Outman is absolutely a better outfielder than Pajes, but
Yeah.
the Dodgers playing it that way certainly indicates that they're still evaluating Andy Pajes, and it feels to me like it's Pajes' job to win, and they're just trying to give him the chance to, like, they're sitting there saying, please give us a reason to keep you and send
It's
Outman and Haesung Kim down to the minors, and
It is-
nobody sees that chance yet.
It is so hard for those three guys when you have a roster full of superstars. The
Right.
problem with the Dodgers is that like that Kanye meme, I'm suffering from too much success. Is these three guys now have to battle for basically the 40th spot on the roster, because this team's so competitive.
Mhm.
And I love James Outman. Okay, I'm like one of probably the only person that owns a James Outman jersey. Chillin'. I want to see the guy back in the minors, and I want to see him in his 2023 year where he just broke out and was this stud.
Yeah. It's tough for him because I don't know what else he can really do in the minor leagues. It was the same thing last year. He, in the big leagues, he was awful. He had a 54 weighted runs created plus, was basically half as good as the average major league hitter. Awful. And then he went down to AAA and he was really good.
Yeah.
He was excellent in Oklahoma City. His bat is performing like a 4A caliber guy right now, where being in AAA, I mean, look, he's 27 years old. He's going to turn 28 this season. This is his age 28 year. Being in AAA as a 28-year-old, it's not really doing any good.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of at a tough place where it's like, is he going to be able to figure it out in the big leagues, or is he not? Because the clock is ticking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I felt like that was although it's a way different situation. I felt like that was kind of what happened to Jackson Holiday at first, because when he was in AAA, right, and then he got brought up, and he did absolutely awful, but then he got brought back down, and he was doing really well. But although that is like a way significant situation, I do think that James Outman, in my opinion, kind of just is seen as, like, with the Dodgers outfield, in my opinion, I kind of see him as like a trading block piece for like the upcoming All-Star break.
True.
And I just
The
think
problem right now, though, like, if I were looking at the Dodgers and I was trying to make a deal with the Dodgers, I would not see James Outman as a valuable player because he hasn't proven he can hit in the big leagues, and he's proven the exact opposite. Because his rookie year was good. Like, there's no way around it. He had a good rookie year, and starting last year, it just fell off a cliff. 2023, his first full season in the big leagues, played 151 games. Like, he was damn near
starter.
everyday player for the Dodgers, and he had a 118 WRC plus. Like, he was good, and that's not to say that it was flawless all the time. There were a lot of ups and downs, but he was a good contributing major leaguer. Last year he was awful,
Fell off a cliff.
and he looks pretty bad again this spring. So yeah, it's just, again, 28 years old, rotten in AAA isn't going to really do much good. There isn't a lot of like development to be made. So instead of it being like for Jackson Holiday, he's a young guy, you can still see growth happening.
Right.
For Outman, you're in your prime of your career in terms of years and
Yeah.
physical condition, all those things. So all you can do is not hope for development, but send him down and do swing changes, like things that are not just a
Adjustment.
regular like prospect, bring him along. It's like a intervention to keep his career from going down the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of prove your point, I guess, they've all had equal opportunity in spring training. James Outman, 28 games, Andy Pages, 26, and then Kim with 27. So there's no, one guy got more at-bats than the other. Outman's hitting 214, Pages is at 192, and Kim is at 222. So like you said, nobody's really standing out, and that makes the decision a lot harder. But it also makes it hard because Kim is coming over. Pages has had his chance in the regular rotation. Outman had his chance in the regular rotation. Kim's coming over, but he's hyped up. So I feel like his hype kind of levels with the fact that the other two have already had that playing time on the field with the regular rotation in the past. So I feel like in all aspects, they're leveling out with each other. It's just a matter of, who they think is the best fit per se, even though none of them are outshining each other.
It might come down to behind the scenes stuff because none of them are performing well on the field. So it's like, I don't know what else they could use to evaluate other than the Dodgers know
Draw a name
these
out of a
guys
hat.
the best.
Their
So-
clubhouse effect, I don't know.
Right.
Time to draw a name out of a hat and call it a day, honestly.
And you also, you could argue that Outman staying up in the big leagues makes the most sense because he at least he's going to play good defense. If he's on the major league roster, he's the best outfielder on the major league roster defensively, pretty much for sure. He's the true center fielder, and there's value there. There
His
isn't a lot of
hitting.
value in sending him down to AAA, like I was saying. He's just not really getting better down there. He's too good for the PCL. But Pages and Haesung Kim they still could have stuff to work on in AAA and get better, especially Kim. Like that
Right.
would be beneficial for him to go down and adjust to a slightly easier level. And Paz is still young enough that he can develop. But Outman, like if it gets to a point where the Dodgers look at it and say, none of these three guys have played well enough to be in the lineup, and we're just going to give Kike Hernandez those everyday at bats, and we're going to make this final roster spot a bench spot, then I think Outman might make the most sense to keep, despite the struggles, just because at least he can play good defense and
Right.
rotate in that way, even when he's not in the starting lineup, which would be pretty rare.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the last bits of information before we do some more fun stuff. Guys, Shohei Ohtani is getting added to Fortnite. Shohei
did see
Ohtani
that.
is getting added to
I
Fortnite.
actually saw
Someone
that.
put in our
You're
comments,
lying.
did you
Yeah.
guys talk about the
It's a
biggest
full-blown
news story in
skin.
baseball today?
It's a decoy back
Yeah, he's got a
bling.
decoy
Yeah.
back bling. All right, I'm gonna put this out here on the record. All right, if I get full boxed and no clipped by a Shohei Ohtani skin, I might actually throw my controller at the TV.
I'd rather get destroyed by a Shohei Ohtani skin than some of the other characters,
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
Griffin or something.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But on a serious note, can we talk about how that's actually crazy? Like the
It's
cultural
awesome, dude.
impact
It's
that he's had?
awesome.
Because Fortnite is
They've
you know,
collabed with
worldwide and
athletes.
stuff.
I believe there's a LeBron skin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah.
They have a Lewis Hamilton skin. Now they have an Ohtani skin. They had a Ronaldo skin.
They had the
Mhm.
football teams.
They had
skin.
the football teams. They had the soccer teams.
But when you talk about individual athletes, those
Yeah.
are
That's insane.
top of the world.
Yeah,
names
those
you
are
just
If you're
the
on
named.
Fortnite,
those
you
are
made it.
basically
I mean,
As an individual
it is
player,
what
If
it
you're
is.
Batman,
like-
if you're Darth Vader, you made it.
Yeah.
like those are basically the faces of the sport. Lewis Hamilton is the face of Formula 1. Shohei Ohtani is the face of baseball.
On a
Mhm.
worldwide
LeBron-
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron is the face of the NBA.
Mm.
They didn't release any football skins like specifically to
No.
players, but if they did, it would probably be like Tom Brady or Patty Mahomes would be.
Yeah, something like that.
But
how,
they did release team kits
how cool is this? Shohei Ohtani and the face of baseball got
and
a
decoy.
skin.
I'm more excited for
that's
Decoy.
sick.
Is
That's
there
also
two
cool.
skins?
Yeah, here,
Yeah,
let me
there
pull
is.
it up. Let
One
me
is
pull
like
it up. Hold on.
3D.
Yeah.
The promo video, they were like going back and forth, like almost like a
think-
over the
okay,
over the
hold
fence type of game.
Yeah.
Let me get this up real quick.
You gonna put it up the
Mind you,
clip?
I have been
Yeah.
in class all day. I'm very sorry. I have not seen this.
Oh,
This
I
happened
meant
a
to
few
hit
hours ago.
transition.
I'm seeing 4 hours ago, 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
okay.
I've been
Let
in
me
class.
zoom in on it real quick.
I
Sorry,
thought it was like
guys.
a fan edit at first. I'm like, who had the time to do this? And I'm like, oh, it's real.
I saw a report that this was coming before they released the trailer.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, I
It's
did too.
like
It was funny.
slightly
Okay,
expecting it.
so basically, let me go over here. Right here.
That's sick.
So I believe it's not two separate skins, it's one skin, and you know how you can like level up your skins by doing challenges?
I
Oh.
see.
That's what they're gonna do. He will also be a Lego in Lego Fortnite. This
Oh
is
my
awesome.
Yo.
Hold on, let me check.
Yo.
the
With a
picture.
knife? With a knife?
Yeah,
The
He'll
hat
be on-
backwards and
he'll be on-
everything.
I'm backwards.
maybe Lego
Yeah.
Fortnite. I don't know if this is official, but that would be cool. This is all his stuff. Let me see. Okay, make
That's
sure
cool.
it's showing on here.
His-
The decoy-
So
his-
he has
yeah,
the.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
It's a pitching machine
For
as his pickaxe.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
And he has decoy as the back bling, which I can't lie, I'm more excited for decoy as
Yeah.
the back bling than I am for Ohtani skin.
Just decoy with Naruto.
Oh, okay, he gets emotes.
He's calling a shot.
It's gonna be tough for me to.
It's I think like a,
To not
I don't
say
know,
that.
it's like a
swing.
No, if
spray
I-
They
paint.
got the
He gets a
swing down and
swing
everything, that
with
weird.
decoy like
Yeah.
launching the ball up at him.
Oh, like
That's
soft
sick.
tossing into?
Yeah, like a soft toss. I don't know what this is. Yeah, so this is how they kind of announced it was the Fortnite.
Oh,
but with the 17.
That's pretty cool.
That's how everybody basically
dope.
knew. Oh, Tawny's getting a skin to Fortnite.
That's really cool. Like the
So
logo.
yeah, it's pretty cool. We have the Dodgers in Fortnite now, so
Mhm.
canonically,
officially branded. Yeah.
Yeah,
canonically, the
Fortnite.
Dodgers are in Fortnite now.
The Fortnite
canonically.
universe.
The Dodgers exist in Fortnite.
So this is his samurai kind of version, different pickaxe. That's a different back bling. Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited for Fortnite, guys.
I thought that. I mean, I haven't bought a Fortnite skin in a long time, and I thought that I have a little like Yoda back bling that I
Oh
just
my gosh.
use for everything. I thought that was gonna live forever, but decoy might
Nope,
Yeah,
I
let's see
might have
Yoda.
to spend money on V-Bucks, guys.
So was it like a Luke Skywalker skin and like Yoda in the back?
I think
or
I bought
like-
it separately. I don't even remember.
Oh wow.
But I just like I have a
What is mine right now?
Spider-Man, Zendaya.
Oh,
any-
mine's you know
Yeah, Yoda sticks with all of it.
Yeah.
mine is Lil Kev the Cube from Kevin the Cube Saga.
Okay.
Oh.
They have the little back bling of like
What?
Lil Kev.
Uh-huh.
That's
I don't know. It's just,
let me see. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. guys.
The
Let
the
me
thing I like about the Yoda back bling is it makes like noises while you're playing.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I'll find a pickaxe or something. It's like,
So it's not Baby Yoda. It's like Yoda.
no, it's Yoda Yoda.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's
That's
great.
nice.
Let me
That's cool,
see.
that's cool.
Transition. This is Lil Kev, guys. Yo,
Oh
this is
my
Lil
goodness.
Kev the Cube back bling. He came from, if you don't remember, the big cube when it fell into Loot Lake and made it all
Oh,
bouncy.
so this is like a within Fortnite lore thing?
This
Yes.
is this is a in Fortnite lore thing.
Okay.
This they named him Kevin the Cube. I forgot who named him that.
Mm.
And then so Fortnite was like, all right, let's make a baby version of him. So then we got Lil
Got
Kev.
him got him on the back.
And his eyes move because he's got googly eyes, so it's hilarious. Every time I jump around, you just see his eyes go up and down, up and down.
There you go.
Question for you guys: where do you guys drop?
Tilted,
oh,
dude.
Here we go.
Tilted, you
go full send? You go full send?
now?
You got
Ah,
it.
snaps. It's been a while. Normally, I would drop. What was
Tilted.
no?
Well,
there was
er-
a city up on the top corner of the map. It was
I know the map changes all the
Flush.
no that Flush was
Flush.
on the
Greasy
bottom
Grove?
of the map. Hold on,
time. Fleshy Fields or what?
Salty.
Salty
Oh, Pleasant
Springs.
Park.
Pleasant Park.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
drop
yeah.
Pleasant.
Pleasant Park's good.
I liked Pleasant if I felt like sweating. Tilted.
I like there's the woods on the right side. That there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
one tower that
That's
I like
Moisty
too.
Meyer, I
Yeah,
believe.
Moisty Myers.
Yeah, that's literally what it was
This
called.
guy.
This
Let
is
me
literally-
think,
Yeah.
Bro,
what was
I
that?
grew up
Wait,
playing
you gotta
this.
feel
I know. Let me
It's a
think what else.
childhood game.
Let me see what else. Oh, when Dusty Depot was around, I loved Dusty Depot. I hated the divot. I hated Dusty Divot.
Oh,
That was dumb.
yeah.
I like Salty too. Retail Row guys. Anybody drop a retail?
Other
Greasy
than
Grove.
Tilted,
Anybody drop
Greasy
Greasy
Grove.
Grove?
I've had my time at Greasy Grove.
I liked Greasy Grove. It was
I
fun.
would usually either drop like Tilted or Shifty. I'd go Shifty.
Oh
a
yeah,
lot,
I
too.
liked being shifty in shifty shafts. I like being shifty.
Speaking of
shafts.
shifty, do we have any baseball talk to
Yeah.
shifty back to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can shifty on back to.
I've
well,
only
let me-
played
let me-
Fortnite like 4 times in my life.
Me too. Me too.
Damn.
That's why I ask. Like I.
You guys are missing
that
out
was a
on
great
life.
question for you, not
All
even
right.
to answer, bro.
Let's
That's crazy.
let's go ahead and shift back over to the MLB. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you folks.
Oh,
The 2025
jeez.
hats dropped. I
The
saw
amount
this.
of
I didn't even know.
What?
miscontent.
I
Hold
did
on,
not
hold on.
know.
Wait. Let me hold on before let me cook. Trash. Okay. Anyways, these hats are so bad.
Can
For
make
those of
a-
you that don't know, I will explain it. If you're not tuned in on the YouTube, it's basically
God.
their letters, like logo, like their name logo, and then they just slap
Their
their
logo.
regular hat logo right
Like,
on
yeah.
it. And
So think of the hats that they play, like during games. That for the Dodgers, it just has the LA. For the San Diego's, it's the SD. But then how the teams have their alternate versions of their hats with their full name on it.
Mm.
Basically, it's the full name in the back, the logo slapped right on the middle.
it's awful. Especially for
look
the
good.
teams with a logo that's a letter. Like
Yeah,
you could
so-
say like for the
Yeah.
Brewers
Look at the
it's not
Phillies.
the worst ever.
Yeah.
I still hate it, but for all the teams that have
So,
a letter, it just looks awful.
We have
The
the,
Orioles looks okay.
as
The
I like to
Twins
call
looks
him now,
awful.
the Ash Hose. Because there's no more T, it's just Ash Hose.
Oh yeah.
Ash Hose.
the Angels one is
Ashos.
unfortunate.
The Royals,
too.
it looks like a
That-
hashtag.
Orioles.
The
And
Twins to
LA.
me
Goodness.
is the worst.
The
one.
Twins looks
I think
Twins.
Texas. I think the
the
yeah,
Rangers,
The
is
Ranger-
awful. The Mariners
Tetas.
is awful.
Yes.
Tetas.
If you
Awful.
have any,
It's
If
all
you know
awful.
Spanish,
yes,
tetas.
that's
Oh
why
my
I
gosh.
say.
It's
I
just
think-
there's too much happening. And I
Yeah,
just
it-
can't.
Look at the
That's
Pirates
bad.
one is horrendous.
Phillies.
Oh. First
The
it was the
logo
pants,
blends in.
now it's the
Yeah.
hats.
Oh God.
Come
If-
on.
Let's see.
Going back to Bruce's point, I think it is nice if it's like an alternate logo. Orioles at the top left, Blue Jays at
Phil-
the top right. Looks
The
okay.
Phillies is now the Phillies. The Phillies.
I'll
Nobody's buying
clarify.
those
I don't think that
hats.
the hat is good when it's an alternate logo. Like, I
just-
still
it's-
think it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
just not
Chicago
as
kind of
bad.
worked,
Yeah.
guys. I'm not gonna lie. Chicago worked.
sucks. It's okay.
No,
It's all right.
No,
I
the
can't.
the Cubs kind of worked
These
because
are all-
they're terrible, but the Cubs worked because it didn't fully disrupt the name because the C is where the C in Chicago would be.
These all look like that they were
Mm.
like misprinted hats that you'd find at a thrift store for $3.
Down on like down in downtown LA,
That's
like
very
the
specific.
off-brand.
Cincinnati
Very
actually doesn't
specific.
These look like they're going straight to Marshalls when nobody
They
buys them.
are.
Bob
They are,
on,
bro.
Bob on. We got Bob
Oh
on
my
up here.
It's
goodness.
just gross. I don't see any benefit from these hats.
No, they're
The-
all-
It's like when they
Gar
win the pennant and then you
cans.
look it up, but they're not officially out yet. But they're like
the
fan made ones.
guacans. We have the guacans, guys. Let me introduce you to the guacans.
And can we just talk about
Detroit.
the Rockies?
I actually love that one.
The-
Detroit.
the
These hats
Rockies.
are awful. Colorado and then Rockies,
yeah.
That's
and then the logo on
horrible.
top.
They
Colo,
should get two
Cado.
lines.
That is
Lions.
awful.
Rowies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really bad. I think I might just get a Rangers hat just for
Tetas.
yeah.
Tetas.
I don't.
For
I
you
could not-
Spanish
I
speakers.
cannot care
I
more
know
about
you
the
know.
Rangers,
For you
but-
non-Spanish speakers.
I think the only cool reason
Should I reveal what
I
it
might catch
means?
on.
is because of like nobody would have it, so it'd be like rare if you saw somebody wearing it.
Should
But
I
that's
reveal what that
literally the
means,
only
Ivan?
thing.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
You said it about 10
I-
times
I-
already.
I could say a,
I
I could say
mean-
a scientific term.
Let's move on.
We can
People,
move
on,
peop-
yeah.
the
They know,
audience
they
has
know,
Google.
they
the
know.
audience has Google.
They
I think they
know.
can
Alright.
insinuate by this
Alright.
point. Use context clues.
Brandon said he just laughed at the Rangers. That's hilarious. All right, let me fade back because we gotta do pickle and everything. But I have to set
Pickle.
that up real quick. So hang on.
Alrighty.
I cannot participate. I've already.
You've done the
You've done
pickle
the one
and the
today?
grid?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know I was. I didn't know I was
Oh,
gonna do that. So
fair.
I've done Immaculate Grid.
You just like
Alright.
whisper it to me.
Yeah,
or
no,
something.
I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
he's been
say-
practicing. He's
I
been
will say-
practicing.
You can just laugh at our struggles then.
I will say I got pickle and 4 guesses.
Oh,
Okay, so we have to beat 4
okay.
guesses.
this guy is.
Who'd you
goated.
pick
He's
first?
goated.
Hey,
Mouth
almost got him.
sealed. We normally don't go off of guesses, but tonight we will. Now that you said that. So
Mhm.
All
we're-
right,
we're
so
doing
we
this.
have to beat 4 guesses.
Yeah.
Who do we feel like going with, guys?
Garrett Cole. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Go with let's start Mike Trout.
Mike?
Ooh, Trouty.
We don't want to start like Otani because he's getting a skin in Fortnite.
No, because Otani's too specific. We're trying to go general categories here.
Oh, damn.
Wow,
Alright, so
what
we've
up?
got 3 of
Okay.
them.
Wow.
So
Nice.
Orange AL West, which means they're in the NL West or somewhere in the AL.
Mm-hmm.
Right-handed batter, right-handed thrower, born in the USA, and they are either 32 or 31, or they're 34 or 35, and not a center fielder.
Okay, Mookie Betts.
All right.
Yeah, to see if it's NL West.
Not
No,
the
he's
West,
not.
so it's a
So
we're
different.
in the
Okay,
AL. Wow.
shortstop,
32-year-old
32.
shortstop
Born in the U.S.
in the American League.
AL.
American
All right,
League.
this is my chance to beat you, D-Rob.
You have one
I
shot
don't
at
want to
this.
tie.
Oh,
I want
man.
to beat you. So we got to think American League,
Shortstop.
American League Central, American League East.
not the
Shortstop. That's a 32-year-old right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower from the
American,
United
yep.
States of America.
I mean, this
Huh.
could be
You
a
don't
few
know the
guys.
division though.
No, I don't.
No.
That's
It could be
There
AL
a
Central
few.
or
It
AL
could be a
East.
few.
But now that we have the age and the position,
It helps out.
I
Mm.
feel like that
Yeah.
we could get this.
Yeah.
Like it's
You could. Will
It's
you?
there.
No, but
oh, that's fighting
Hey.
words. Fighting words.
Wow.
We've narrowed it down to 10 teams.
okay. So go one by one.
10 teams shortstops.
So in the AL, what division do we want to start with? Should we
We-
start AL?
Sorry, AL Central. I already started thinking there. So Bobby Witt is the Royals shortstop. It's not
He's
him.
too young.
Yeah.
Too young.
Oh boy, who are the
I gotta look away.
Guardians,
who are the
Twins,
White Sox
Tigers, and
rolling
White
out at
Sox.
It's
shortstop?
not going to be the White Sox. I think their guy's too young.
Jacob Amaya's
You're
been
right.
playing shortstop for them in camp, but I don't know if he's their regular shortstop. We can move
I
on
feel
from there.
like it's got to be one of the bigger name teams because all the smaller teams have younger guys. The bigger name teams still have those veterans.
Who's
I'm
playing
thinking.
short
I'm
for the
thinking AL
Guardians?
East.
think AL East.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
AL
Okay,
East.
so Toronto is Bo Bichette. New York
Too young.
is Volpe.
Too young.
Tampa Bay is going to be. It's not
Black
them.
hole. Too young. So
Um,
it's got to be Boston. Who's their shortstop
Red
right now?
Sox.
They don't have Bogarts.
Yeah,
It's
Bogarts is gone. Marcel
Oh,
Meyer is
Trevor
in
Story.
it. There you go.
Mm.
I saw that, D-Rob. We got it.
Did
We
You're
got it.
listening to
Did we?
22 West
Wait,
Radio.
wait, let me be
streaming
careful,
at
hold
88.1 FM
I forgot
HD3
to delete that.
KKJZ
We got
Long
it.
Beach,
Let's
Los
go.
Angeles.
Take
What
that,
a
63180.
What a
Dang,
pig.
I know the cameras aren't on right now, and I know even if they were, you couldn't see Kayla's reaction. She has like the biggest like, oh my god, like I got it, like reaction on her face as she looks to Bruce. Great.
I
You
did
were-
get it.
Bruce, I know you were stumped. I know you were stumped on the
I
Red
was going to
Sox.
get there eventually.
Yeah.
I was going to get there.
We're
eventually.
eliminating one
Yeah.
by one.
I was gonna get there
It was
eventually.
hard for me to think of Trevor Story because he didn't play last year.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't go right there. I
Right.
said Marcel Meyer before I said Trevor Story.
Exactly,
I think
yeah.
Red Sox shortstop. So
Well, I thought like so all the small teams have young guys currently playing shortstop.
yeah,
So it had to be one of the big powerhouses in the
Right.
yeah,
AL.
that's a good thought process.
And the Yankees obviously don't have
Mhm.
anybody that's too young. The Rays too young.
Yeah.
Toronto
Bo.
desolate.
Mhm.
Don't care about them. And I was like, it has to be Boston.
Mhm.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Okay then.
Whoa. I'm not trying to put up an Excel spreadsheet. Whoa,
you
whoa,
gotta
whoa,
think
whoa,
of someone
whoa.
else now. Because I accidentally I texted him. That's my fault. Earlier today about one of the spots.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
All right. So immaculate grid across the top for my radio folk is the Atlanta
You
Braves.
used that in the grid?
Played shortstop,
yeah.
minimum one
'Cause
game.
I didn't.
300 plus home runs in their career. Down the side is the Colorado Rockies, the Minnesota Twins, and played first base minimum of one game.
Those are some weird team categories.
I hate
that-
this so
Yeah.
much already.
I wish I didn't do it now.
Played shortstop. Well, we were thinking about the shortstops anyway, so maybe we should start with that.
I think you can. I think D-Rob, you can come in if you don't give us the answers that you got.
I could do different ones.
If you have different answers
Okay.
Mm.
for
Let's
different.
for Rockies shortstop. Are we? Yeah, we want to try and go rarity here. So like obviously thought Ezekiel Tovar right away, but don't want to go straight there. It's the most obscure Rockies shortstop we can think of,
I got one.
going back as far as we can.
I didn't use it though. Is that fine?
Who's your
Do I-
answer?
Fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay. Ian Desmond. Did he play shortstop?
he did. He was their shortstop momentarily.
So we want to
Do you
put.
think that's common? Do you think? Or
I don't think it's common.
Dude, I haven't heard that name in
It'll-
years.
yeah,
I'm
so-
gonna
it'll be
guess
low
this
enough.
is gonna be. It might not be like sub 1%, but it'll be low.
Two.
It'll
Yeah.
be low.
Okay, so what do we want?
Ian Desmond, we can throw that in, because he was their opening day shortstop one year when it was like, what are we doing?
Well, I remember him as like a third baseman or second baseman.
I think it was by the time he got to Colorado, the thought was that he was going to be like a first baseman DH,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden he was playing shortstop.
yeah,
it was like,
and he
what?
played shortstop for. Was it the Nationals too?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was originally a shortstop.
You guys are
Mm.
sure about this, correct?
yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't even think that it's like that they have
1%.
to. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Good stuff,
Um,
D-Rob.
You don't even get a photo of the guy.
Yeah.
Got a green box.
Twins, I'm thinking Brooks Lee because he just debuted, but since he's a current player, probably gonna not be super low. So, did Brian Dozier ever appear at shortstop? I would think he did at some point, right?
I know him as a second baseman.
I'm
but
pretty
you
sure
could
he
try.
would have slided over at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's try Brian Dozier.
Is he BRY or?
No, Brian D-O-Z-I-E.
I-E-R.
Yeah.
Past him. Where'd you go? There you are.
Oof.
1%.
Nice.
Good call.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
All right. This is the category. Played shortstop and played first base. Derek had a fantastic pull on this one
That
earlier.
was.
Albert
yeah.
Pujols.
Yeah.
was
I
a good one.
remember. Yeah. So there's.
Are we using Pujols?
No.
I-
No.
We're
I-
gonna
I-
go differently.
I also
Uh-huh.
guessed wrong on this one, so
Oh.
I left the middle open.
Oh, okay.
But can I say who it isn't? Who I did guess, but
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought Howie Kendrick probably played
Oh.
shortstop.
Oh.
Okay.
So, and I guess
he
he
never
didn't.
played shortstop
That's
in his
what I'm
entire
saying.
career.
Guys,
That's
did
what I'm
Kike
saying. I
ever
thought he
play
would be.
first base?
Yes, he's currently playing first base quite a bit. He played first base in spring training. His first couple starts. We can get more obscure than
PK's
that.
played like
We gotta-
everywhere,
we gotta
dude.
I know that's my safe option. It's just
Um,
Kike probably did
Think players who have played first base a lot and like might surprise you because they played short. Ian Desmond would have been a really good answer for this.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts, maybe.
He hasn't
No?
played first base.
Is no. I was gonna
You
say.
think Muncy
No.
would have played short?
No.
No.
No,
At any time?
Muncy is always a corner, never middle.
O'Neal Cruz never played first, did he?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
No.
We could go Miguel Rojas here, but he's played
That's
a
too
decent amount of first.
No. Who's
The
gonna
hope-
guess Miguel Rojas though?
everybody. You'd be surprised.
I doubt it. Not
Miguel
everybody,
Rojas.
Make you roll.
because he's thought of as a middle infielder.
Josh Bell, guys. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. I'm throwing out names. Let's see.
I'm trying to think. Cause Donaldson
Probably be easier to think
I
shortstops
always
who.
think Donaldson. Why am I always thinking Donaldson?
I wouldn't be surprised if Donaldson played an inning at shortstop in his career somewhere.
Do you think Marcus Simeon's played first?
No.
I don't know, because he's short.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's tough about middle infielders and.
I was
those
gonna
short
say
players.
Will Smith, but Will Smith has not played shortstop
No,
yet,
He has not played shortstop.
which would be
Mm.
hilarious if I ever saw his ass at shortstop. I'd laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
Cal Ripken, did he play first?
That's interesting.
I don't know if Cal Ripken played.
I
first.
don't know if he did, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yeah. Let's throw in Miguel Rojas.
Maybe
Yeah,
no?
Get
that's-
the show on the road.
Or do we want to just come back to that one?
No, we can throw in Miguel Rojas. Let's knock it out. I'm curious to see how low
Oh,
this is gonna
low.
be.
Miggy.
there you are. Wow.
See, that's what I'm
0.1%,
saying. Really?
yeah.
Who would say
Wow.
that?
No,
Yeah.
and this is such a
Yeah.
broad category. There's so many answers that
Yeah.
All right, so we have
Braves.
300 plus home runs career batting.
see. This is the kind of category that it's really tough to get low
Yeah.
numbers on
Mhm.
because there's
Mhm.
just not a lot of answers. So
The
um,
Braves and Rockies, the Braves and Twins and Braves played first base.
for the Rockies home runs, my mind goes to. I'm pretty sure Dante Bichette would have hit 300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he definitely did. There's no way he didn't.
So let's just go in there.
Think- You
I
think
wouldn't.
Charlie
I don't think he would have hit 300.
Black-
Blackman
so,
is not
Blackman?
300.
No.
No,
Is it?
Blackman.
Charlie
Oh,
Blackman.
Blackman.
No,
Beard,
no, no,
big
no.
beard.
No.
You think he played a long time.
I don't think he
I think for
cracked
the amount of
300.
years.
300 is a lot of home
Yeah.
runs.
I don't
Okay,
think
yeah.
he cracked that.
Well, let's not
Let's
risk
go
it.
Dante Bichette.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, I was about
Let's
to
see,
say.
yeah.
Flutter with Blackman.
I'm
just out of
interested.
Curiosity. Oh, Dante
Oh.
Bichette didn't hit 300. Are you kidding me?
Okay, wait. So
Oh, I want to see if Blackman did because this will be no, he didn't. 227. So Dante Bichette
dang.
didn't play long enough apparently,
How many seasons?
but he played.
He
Do these
just-
have to be all with the franchise or just?
No, it's
No,
they have
just-
to play minimum one
He
game
hit
with the team.
274.
Oh,
Bruh.
26
Wow.
off.
Matt Holliday could have worked there.
Matt Holiday.
Oh, Carlos Gonzalez.
I don't think Cargo,
Cargo?
did because my brain
No,
went
not
straight
Cargo.
there. But
Really?
he
don't
wasn't
think
in the at the top of the league long enough.
All right, well, we're scrapping the grid.
What an unfortunate way. I mean,
We were doing so well.
that's Cargo hit 234.
There you go.
Mm.
Tulowitzki ever hit that 300 mark?
Do I say who I put?
Yeah, who'd you put?
It was right. Do I put it or do I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
say
mean,
it.
Okay.
the
we
grid's done.
screwed the grid. So.
Okay, I put Todd Helton.
Oh, Todd
Yeah.
Helton. Yeah, that's a good
Mm.
choice. I want.
Yes.
Did Tulowitzki hit?
Tulo
three?
did 316.
Wow.
Could've
Oh no,
went.
that's Matt Holliday. I'm looking at.
Oh.
Hang
Oh.
I
on.
was like, wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised by that. This is
Long
oh wait,
Beach
are you guys
is
done
on.
with the grid now?
Yeah, we're
I mean,
scrap it. There's no reason
we
to.
failed.
Okay, well, in the Braves and Rockies, I put Matt Kemp.
Oh yeah.
Tulo did not.
Mhm.
Really? How many did
Matt
he
Kemp
hit?
is obvious.
225. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
close.
And then
Kemp's a good answer.
for
there.
that one, I put
So young in
Simmons.
that picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Andrelton. That's a good answer there too. I forgot he played for the Twins.
5.
Damn, that's hot.
Played first base for the Braves. we
Uh,
want to just go the safe
the-
option.
Yeah,
most-
Anything.
that's I
No,
couldn't.
I
think-
want to think of like the most obscure Braves appearance at first base I could
You have some
possibly.
strikes now. You can.
do you,
come up
do you
with.
think
Freddie.
Andrew Jones played one game?
I don't know, because he's such a good defender that it would be.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Could it be? Do you think Jock?
Jock?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think he did because that was an experiment that didn't work.
Jock was
But
a.
it-
Surprise.
But it happened, right?
No.
Do you think David Justice ever played first base for the Braves?
I'm down to try David Justice, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Corner
his leg-
outfielder.
yeah.
This probably is wrong, but
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
bang.
That's
David
crazy.
Justice.
Nice.
All
That's
right.
so unfortunate that this grid got fumbled because that could have been a really good one.
Yeah. And Twins,
been
I
a
couldn't
very,
think of
very
anyone,
low
so I
number.
just put Ortiz.
Is he over 1%?
I don't know.
Who?
Justice.
He's like
He's
1%. I don't know why it's
So we had-
1.0.
We
I
had,
would have been
uh,
under 1%.
Before
That's
we
crazy.
put in your answers for Braves Rockies and Twins Braves, we had 2 1%, one 0.1%, and
Mhm.
1 1%, like from our grid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What an unfortunate
I know.
grid fumbling.
Bichette, how does...
Yeah, that's it. Should have just gone for a safer answer. I Helton was obvious,
Helton, yeah.
but tried to get cute. That's always the downfall of these is you try to
Oh,
go.
Brandon was helping us. Sorry, Brandon. We didn't
Oh,
see.
no. What do you put?
Matt Kemp retired as a Rocky, if I'm not wrong, so top left. Did DJ ever play short? Did Todd Helton
Oh,
hit
DJ.
300? Pablo Sandoval, LOL, and then he said maybe. I don't know what he said maybe to, but
Pablo Sandoval for first base.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
And then,
yeah.
yeah, that would have been a good one. And
Yeah.
then, who's the one after Matt Kemp?
Did DJ ever play
Yeah.
short?
I think DJ for sure played short. And
LeMahieu.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
And then first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have.
Damn. If only we looked at the chat, Brandon. I'm so sorry. Brandon
Fumbled the
could have
grid.
saved
Brandon
us.
would have saved us.
Someone, okay, for future reference, someone has to have the stream open to
Okay.
look at
Yeah.
that.
Because Brandon's
because-
good at Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
He's
Brandon, we gotta
consistent.
get
He
you on
helped
an
us out last
episode,
time,
bud.
remember?
Yeah, he did.
Did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he'll
We
be
He's
gotta
right
get you
there.
on an episode, homie.
Mhm.
Stay tuned. I'll reach out to you. My people will be in contact with your people. All right. Well,
PR agency.
Say maybe? I think he said maybe.
no, he said maybe to something earlier. I don't know
Oh.
what.
Yeah, he's on a delay.
He's
Isn't that
delayed.
big league
It's
in
okay.
us?
It's all right.
Just like, maybe it
He's like, I'll
depends on
think
the
about
money,
it.
you know.
He's like, how much you gonna offer me?
Yeah.
Give me a few days to think about it.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in to the Sports Block here tonight. This has been Around the Bases, coming at you live, your favorite baseball show, talking all things ball. We will be back Friday morning at 8 a.m., closer to the opening day series, or opening baseball series. I shouldn't say opening day because that's something different. Opening baseball is coming up, so stay with us on Friday.
You're listening to 22 West Radio, streaming at 88.1 FM HD3 KKJZ Long Beach, Los Angeles, and 22westmedia.com.